Hey, whatever you want, follow your heart.
Welcome back to the BotCast, everybody.
Hey.
We got Zachary Roberts here, panel.
Hello, everyone.
How's your owl on the horse doing?
I was watching a video of an owl on a horse.
We all saw that. It was amazing. Aaron Golden.
It is still amazing.
Aaron Golden, how do you feel about that?
You know, things happen and you got to roll with it.
Hey, well, you sound like a sportscaster. You know, we all played a good game, and everybody put out 110%, and
And the best team won.
Yeah, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose.
You know, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back into training.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna see what happens.
Exactly. Key and Peele?
No, but hopefully.
Oh wait, no. Weird Al.
I don't know.
Okay, Weird Al just did like a parody of every sports conference ever, and he basically did what you did, right?
Nice.
You are Weird Al now. Just so you know.
Many people have called me that.
Weird Al Zack, and special guest today, Tiffany Tran.
Hello.
Whoa.
Our fearless editor finally made it into the podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're a little shy, I can tell, but we're gonna make you comfortable.
No,
All right. No.
please.
Yes, all right.
I'm leaning back on my chair. So.
I can tell you.
I know, she's like cool.
She's holding herself back from spitting out rhymes. That's what she's doing.
like,
Dude, that's tough to do, man.
saying, holding yourself back from spinning rhymes.
Yeah.
I've been practicing my entire life. Anytime a teacher says something, I'm just like, oh.
You know I could just tear ass on you right now.
Like,
if I wanted
well, let
to.
me tell you about the quadratic formula. You messing with the dude that'll probably mess you up. All right,
I didn't know you were gonna have a beatboxer here with you too. I was like,
Yeah.
that's why me and her
everything
hang out.
worked out.
We support one another.
Yeah, we're
And
talking
you're-
about sex with people.
All right,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
relax.
And then you're there,
Sex
for
with
him and his
people.
crippling alcoholism. So everything works out really well.
I told Zach I put wine over ice, therefore it's a wine cooler, and it's pretty good.
Oh no, you said wine over rice, and I was like, what are you
Wow.
talking
No,
about?
I said ice, and that's why you gave me that look. I said no, it's like a wine cooler.
Yeah,
it's
because you said
cooled off
wine
now.
over rice.
I wanna
And I'm
know-
like, who does that? I mean,
Yeah.
sake is technically rice wine.
Why? I don't understand how you can just accept that right away. Like it's
I
just
kinda-
wine over rice.
I perked up when you said rice. So.
Okay. All right.
Let's dial it back,
All right.
guys.
Yeah, pull it back, Tiffany. You're getting a little wild over here. Well, Tiffany is our fearless editor. Like I said, if you see anything on nerdbot.com, which
Don't
is where
complain to
our
me.
homes, send all your hate mail to her. She's actually the one that you want to write to.
Yeah, please send it to me, and I'll delete them all.
She has a spam folder
I'll delete
just
them all.
for you. Well, guys, it's been a little bit of a break because I've been moving and getting my Lego set up and everything going on. But in the meantime, I was able to stop by something that was pretty cool, and you guys are going to be kind of amazed to know about that this
Burger
exists.
King. What'd you
yes,
do?
exactly. Burger Kings are still open, and they're giving out Pokemon toys again.
The Whopperito
Yeah.
is now the thing.
Okay.
It's a burger
It's
and a
always been a
burrito.
thing if you tried hard enough.
I think it's true. Oh God, I love you, Zach. I
love-
missed you so. That's such a good thing to
I
say.
love you too.
That makes
Jeez.
one of us.
Yeah. Oh, the speed. Wow.
I found
the
my
claws
nemesis.
came
I
out.
found my nemesis for the night.
The claws are coming out. But I was able to stop by a little thing called PowerMorphicon. Now,
Oh.
just from the name, what do you suppose?
Pokemon, right?
Radio
Yeah,
Shack
exactly.
convention.
Wow. I don't think anybody's talking about Radio Shack anymore. And
It's a mirror store,
yeah,
right?
I think like Tiffany just came out of a coma and was like, so is Radio Shack still around?
Like, guys, can we talk about Blockbusters?
Or Hollywood Video, why not? So PowerMorphicon apparently, yeah, you spill one for the homies on the ground.
Yeah.
PowerMorphicon apparently is like one of the biggest, or I'm going to assume the only
Yeah.
Power Rangers oriented convention that I've ever seen, experienced. I don't know if you guys had heard about it before. Tiffany, had you heard about it before?
I have not.
Okay, so apparently Saban goes around collecting all the Power Rangers from past, present, whenever.
Good.
And they jam them all inside of the Pasadena Convention Center, and they make them sit next to each other like a bunch of teenagers
Yeah.
and sign autographs. But it was actually just like really starstruck for me because when I was there, I wasn't expecting to see my crew. So, there's been I talked to actual fans there. There's been at least 17 iterations of the Power Rangers.
Damn,
Yeah,
really?
it gets super out of control after some point. There was like Power Rangers, and there's like Power Rangers Time Force.
Yeah.
There's like Power Rangers Super Time Force. That's
Yeah.
a video game.
Yeah, it
wow.
is.
No, but also like to the point where like with Pokemon came out like in intervals enough for you to keep up.
Yeah. You think
Like,
Power Rangers
yeah,
outran that shit?
Absolutely.
Do like all the Tommies play hide and seek there? Like you just
Yeah.
can't find
Well,
that's what you finally find them out after like years go by.
He
Oh,
just
it's
pops
the
up.
Green Ranger, it's
Look,
Tommy.
The problem with the Green Ranger, he's been every other Ranger since then. So it's like now he's like the doppelganger.
He's a Skittle Ranger.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Wow.
That kind of sounds like Zack's sexual fantasies come to life.
The Skittle Ranger?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I love that.
Just with the shit talking already. Usually it takes some time for people to build up to
Yeah,
that.
I
but
know. They
she
warm
just
up.
came out the gates with it.
Yeah.
I love you, Zack.
Yeah. With friends like that,
She
right?
said John Cusack. She did not say I love you, Zach. She said John Cusack. I swear she said John Cusack. But she wanted you to.
I thought you said John Q, Zack.
Wow.
When someone asks, hey, if I ask somebody, hey, what's the best movie ever? She would say John Q, Zack.
Which is
Denzel Washington.
Which is actually the biggest compliment John Cusack has actually ever received was right now.
I know, right?
That mention.
He was like, what, they like 2012?
So the PowerMorphicon was insanely awesome, despite the fact that I didn't know what the hell I was getting myself into. So originally we were going to go there just to cover the event and promote Nerdbot, obviously. Anybody else who's listening to this can see what we do at nerdbot.com. And we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/nerdbotmedia. And I was surprised. So first of all, the one thing I noticed, and I feel like it was more varied than the other cons that we visited. You know, we've gone to Comic-Con, Kamikaze, Pasadena, blah, 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 blah. We've done them all. We've done a few of them, or not all of them, but we've done a few. There was people from around the world here, like literally traveled far and wide just to get to PowerMorphicon. Like every time I talked to somebody, they were from a different part of the country or from another part of the world.
That's
like
great.
Europe, people from Europe would come down just for this because there's at least 30 Rangers all there on a Saturday or on a Sunday. And as far as what I was talking about earlier, my Rangers, let's hop in the time machine, go back in time.
I like that noise. Is
Yeah.
that the time theme?
It's the official Nerdbot time machine sound.
All right.
Copyright.
Copywritten, trademark stamp. So let's. I say we do like a round table. So I'm gonna go Jason next, Ranger from the original series.
Zack.
Aaron.
Okay, wow, that did not work at all.
This isn't a roll call.
I thought I was my own Power Ranger
Yeah,
back in
I
the
know,
day.
Zach.
I was like the gray Power Ranger.
Some would call it serendipitous that Zack would pick not only the Black Ranger but the Black Ranger to be him.
That's legitimately, like, no joke. Like, I'm going to dial back just for one quick second.
No,
Do you
go
mind if I
ahead.
interrupt you?
Jump in.
So, my first obsession, like, I feel like we've all had obsessions.
Yeah.
You know, you have Legos. Aaron has, I don't know, a Destiny, which is terrible. Destiny is an awful game.
It's not an obsession; it's a healthy addiction.
There
Thank
we
you.
go. A healthy obsession. That's not healthy, Aaron. No, but I mean, hands down, Power Rangers was my first one, my first cognizant memory of something that I loved so much. After that was soon followed by Pokemon and then Dragon Ball Z.
I
and
think
then
you know what?
Donuts.
You're reminding me. I think that might have been mine too. Like I think I was just super enveloped. You wanted to be them.
Like it was crazy. Like I remember seeing it, like seeing the first episode, like the day it premiered.
Yeah.
And
Oh, me too. I actually did too.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I wonder if Anthony is watching this. And then
I wonder if there's a guy somewhere out there in the future named Anthony that I'm going to meet.
I was like, we'll meet eventually. No, but that's totally it. Was honestly, like, I mean, his name was Zack. As like a 5 or 6 year old, I was like, damn, his name is Zack. My name is Zack too. Hey, and then,
I'm gonna get so laid in elementary school.
Relax. But it was totally that. I was like, his name was Zack, but also it was like, at that point, I'd seen so few like black characters, and I'm black for those who.
You're black?
I mean, today I am.
All right.
Tomorrow I might put on a
If
different
Zack
shirt.
is remarking that his skin is the darkest in the room, yes, I am Mexican, but he did beat me out.
But
A couple of equators down over there.
jeez. All right, let's dial it back here.
I didn't know you were Brazilian.
Yeah, I am. I'm Lucio. Hashtag Overwatch. But yeah, no, that's totally it.
The dog just again. What is up with dogs that wander into the podcast
all right.
area?
Hey,
that is amazing.
That's a good problem to have.
I know.
But anyways,
Could have been a Wolverine. So
at that point, I'd seen so many few. That makes no very few.
Too many of the few.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I saw so few like black males specifically in roles, and then he was like a Power Ranger, he was Black Ranger.
At the time,
and I was like, this is the dopest thing in the world. Yeah.
Actually, you know, now that I'm like, all you had was the guy from Captain Planet.
Yeah.
And
He's our
who
hero.
else? Yeah, he's a hero.
And he's going to take pollution, which most people don't realize, down to 0.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Which was like, how do you really plan on doing
How
that?
did that work out for you, buddy?
It's like
Have you been to Houston?
Yeah, he works
It's
for
the worst.
He worked for Big Oil now. Like he got bought out and shit. Like, he's just part of the corporate machine now.
BP oil spill. Captain America's sitting there like, shit.
I lost all my boys and now I got nobody. Can't even get Southern. Damn.
He's like, can't even get some.
Yeah, he should have bought out. He should have bought him out. Yeah, no, but that's awesome. Like I actually am with you there when you say like I was there from the beginning. Me too. I remember, this episode just came on, and it even starts like in black and white, and you're like the colors are kind of off and weird, and all of a sudden the Rangers come out and everything's in color, and now they show you the past of what happened, how Rita gets released, which was really weird. She's like on the moon.
Yeah, why not?
So apparently we traveled to the moon. Our scientists our astronauts are such jackasses. They decided to whip out their crowbar and be like, "Hey, there's a giant metal pod here. Let's just open it."
Yeah. Which is like, why did they bring a crowbar into space?
Exactly. Like there are all those space crates that are waiting for us on the moon. You got to crack them all open.
He was like, hey, I was playing Zelda. We got to figure out a way to open up these treasure chests. Let's bring a crowbar.
Zelda in space. Get on that. Nintendo Space Zelda. Hey, it worked for Mario. That's all I'm saying.
It did.
Hey, yeah, they need to make another one.
Yeah, they did. They make Mario Galaxy
third
2. Okay. All right. You heard it, Nintendo. Just for Aaron, making Mario Galaxy.
I think it'll happen, man. But Zach's been waiting for like a Sunshine 2 and all that.
No.
Sunshine is fantastic. Anyway, let's stay on topic.
Okay, yeah, but so you get your Power Rangers, and I was just amazed that like there was nothing like that before. It's ninjas, it's live action, then it's like super hip. Like there's also this period in between like 1989 and 1995 where the 80s just wouldn't let go. So you get like
it's still the case.
Yes, right. No, I mean like even what was the hangout on Saved by the Bell? Where they'd hang out, that one restaurant.
Yeah, the little restaurant,
The little restaurant was like throwback 80s, but when they went to high school, it was the 90s, so it's like, all right, we're dancing in that spot. So that was Power Rangers in essence.
Renovations happen.
Yeah, but you get Jason, Zack, Kimberly, Trina, and Billy.
Trini, I think. Right?
Yeah, Trina.
Because Trina's a rap superstar.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was Trina's right before
Trina
rap.
went to jail for pistol whipping somebody. Wait, no, that's the Brat.
Yeah, it might be the Brat.
So
it was definitely the Brat.
It was Trina.
Trina was the first Nicki Minaj. Go ahead.
No.
All right. Let's relax.
All right.
Let's stay on topic.
I know it was and people, if you want to correct me through this podcast, do so through hate mail towards Aaron Golden once again.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But I think it was Trini or Trina.
I think it was Trini. But I'm just saying that.
Yeah, well, she died in a car accident. I have to let you guys know. That's why she was the only Ranger that actually wasn't there. But
shoot.
The guy who played Zack, Walter E. Jones, was there. He's going to actually be at NerdBotCon, so check him out.
Nice.
And the guy who played Jason, which I can't remember his name at the moment.
David Frank?
Jason Voorhees?
Wait.
Jason? No, what? Like Jason?
Yeah,
Okay.
when you say Jason, I'm thinking, okay.
No, well, I didn't know your
Jason.
brain just worked on like comparisons.
5%
Jason
memory
means
loss.
Jason, I guess, and Freddy means Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever.
Yeah.
But and Billy was also there too.
Really?
Yeah, and then not only that, but you had some side characters like that. I wasn't expecting to see. Rita Repulsa was there in full.
Wait. The original?
The original. And get this, Freak Out. She was in costume.
Wow.
Taking photos. That was the best
Stay
thing.
calm, Zack. Stay calm.
Zack is trying
to let them know.
Zack is like taping his erection.
Zack,
to
we were
his
getting
leg.
mimosas before that happened.
We were really good. We were really good about taking the sexual references down.
But it's just
and then
you.
Tiffany came and said her thing and then just opened up the fucking
Yeah. Let's talk about sex.
I'm a trendsetter. So.
It's an adult show, okay? But she
Why
was
do you
there.
think we're filming at night?
Yeah, recording. So she was there in full costume. Then you also had. Okay, so here's where we get into the weirder characters that I wasn't expecting to see there. Lord Zed.
Yes.
How was that weird?
I love that DJ.
Wow.
No. You're thinking
Shit.
of Lord.
You got me.
Never mind.
Yeah,
That was a
no,
joke.
Tiffany just came back from the bumper room. She's got a lot of DJ in her life. She's like, keeping it pumped up, and Skrillex.
It's lit, fam.
It's lit, fam.
It's lit F.
Okay, so there was also, do you remember Rita's henchmen?
The putties?
The putties.
Not the putties. Those were Those are like the henchmen were the three main guys that worked
like
with
the
her.
the
gold
Goldar?
guy. Yeah, gold guy.
Goldar.
Was it? I don't know if
his
his name.
Goldar.
Hold on.
I do not.
Goldar is one of two things. Goldar is either a Godzilla type toy that was in the 90s,
Wow.
which I totally had, or the main bad guy in like the World of Warcraft series that keeps bringing back the Burning
I
Legion.
think it was Goldar.
Aaron Goldar.
I think it was.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, oh
brought
man,
it
that's got
around.
money.
He was like this wolf thing with like
with
golden
gold
metallic around him and
so
stuff.
he was there.
Goldar.
Okay. Then there's another guy. I can't. I think his
Zach's
name
looking
was.
it up.
I think his name was Aaron. But he was, I'm
There it
serious.
is.
I think this guy's name was Aaron.
Wait,
but
what?
there was the guy that was like kind of blue and had like fur all around him.
Oh, why was he sad?
And he had like a monacle. He wears a monocle.
I totally remember who he's
And
talking
he's like,
about.
oh my,
Yeah.
oh my.
Oh yeah. He's like, oh my, I'm so
he
awesome.
was like a freaking beast version of C-3PO kind of.
Yeah.
I could. That's the best I could compare him to. And then you also had the guy who played that weird white wolf guy. Like he was like the guy who would make the putties and all the enemies out of clay.
Okay.
So he would he had his little press machine and he'd make all these fucking clay guys. So. They were like, it was the entire cast, and supposedly Bulk.
Damn, you're right. Goldar.
It
Yeah.
was? Wow.
Straight up Goldar.
Give him
welcome.
a gold star.
I mean, I was like 7 when it happened. I love how it was 4, then 5, and then I was just like 6.
And
I
then-
don't remember.
yeah,
I was
like,
10
Those
when you were
the
7.
dark days.
Yeah, it's like that movie where the guy's like traveling through time to be a child molester. What's it called?
Oh, Rob, what? What?
Like the guy, he's like
Benjamin Button?
No. Okay, so it was this movie that came out like 2 years ago, and it was really weird to me because he falls in love with a girl when she's little, but he travels through time and he meets her at different points in time.
Oh, that's P.S. No, it's
No,
not.
that's-
It's not
that-
P.S. I
isn't
love
that
you.
Twilight?
No, the time traveler's
That's
wife.
Twilight.
He's right. The time traveler's wife.
That's-
2 for
Twilight.
2, baby.
That's
it.
what Jacob does. He
That is-
imprints on little.
They stole that from that. Or
Hey,
it's
More
but,
than one.
The Tale of Genji did it first.
okay. Tiffany
Hey,
won.
you know what? That was a good movie, though.
Tiffany took your points, Aaron.
You know, she
Sorry.
can. That's fine. She's a girl.
So I was
Yeah.
look.
Go ahead.
2 of the henchmen are Squat and
Yeah.
Babu.
So Babu, I think, was the blue guy with the monocle. The oh my guy.
Hey, boy,
my.
it's Zachary Roberts.
How did I get pulled into this?
Was he played by
He's
George
the
Takei?
The McChicken Ranger.
George Takei, yeah, exactly. That was his idol. We need you to act like more like George Takei
But
and just be yourself.
Yeah, so there he is.
He has the dumbest face in the
Zach just
world.
pulled up a picture
He
of this
has the
guy.
dumbest face in the
Oh
world.
no! Look, I forgot about that guy too. The little short guy.
thought
Zach,
that's
are
who
you
we were
looking at a
talking
selfie
No,
again?
there's another. Wow! Wow! So
Yeah,
th-
I thought
guess-
he was
so
like
this
This is what we do now.
So that
do you wanna
guy-
see- do you want to see the picture, Tiffany?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to with that attitude.
So that smaller guy. Now so now there's 3 henchmen. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the guy who made the clay molds. I don't know who his name is. There's the blue guy who I'm gonna assume is Babu, and then there's the short guy with the chin. Hey, you talk like this. Like that was like his voice.
Yeah.
So and then there was also Bulk and Skull, or the big guy and the skinny
dudes?
guy. Yeah,
The dudes?
the mean guys. The antagonists.
What about the 2 nerdy guys that they're always at the end of each Power Rangers episode and like something bad happens to them or
Yeah,
something
no,
like
they're,
that?
they're
Team
the
Rocket?
Team Rocket version. Yeah,
Yeah. Team-
my boy. No,
I was chambering that one.
Like, it's like the really fat guy and the skinny guy, scrawny guy.
Fat guy, little
I
coat.
can't.
Those guys actually make a reappearance in the Power Ranger Samurai.
Yeah, they
yeah.
go through. I love how
No.
Tiffany knows more about Power Rangers than
Yeah,
all of us.
but she's
and
keeping
she's been staying quiet.
Yeah.
Instead, she
Yeah,
uses
she's, like,
her,
testing us.
She uses her voice time to just talk shit about me.
Yeah, no, she throws out good in between that. She throws out good tidbits. She's like, oh, Bryan Cranston did a couple voices here and there.
She's like,
blah,
do
blah,
you
blah.
know the word Power Rangers comes from the French word Power Rangers?
Power shots? But that's actually
Which
the
means
fact-
Power Ranger.
Yeah, wow. Translation real time. But Bryan Cranston actually was the voice of a couple bad guys, or he did like 1 or 2 voices.
Well,
at
he
least
wasn't
one.
that popular at the time until he got his break at Malcolm in the Middle.
I'm just throwing out trivia. That's all. People need to know how important Power Rangers is to the life that we live now. Walter White would not be making crack as good as he does if
It's-
it
it's
was
meth,
meth. Whatever.
but-
I didn't watch the show. Okay.
Don't be
You should've.
offensive.
I was watching The Office. Okay.
I hope they take that Power Rangers character and then sync the audio of Bryan Cranston just going, "I am the danger."
Oh yeah, that's what you know what you
That's
got to
what
do
we're
tonight.
hoping
You know what you got to do tonight, Tiffany. But
I love,
overall,
real quick. I'm sorry. I need to say this
quickly.
You said Lord. You like brushed off Lord Zed.
Yeah.
Lord Zed still, I'm looking at a picture of him right now. He's still like one of the coolest looking
Yeah, he is.
bad guys ever.
Yeah,
like,
they actually
don't brush past Lord Zed.
I didn't brush past him, but what gave you a bigger reaction? What did I get a bigger reaction out of? When I said Rita Repulsa or Lord Zed?
Lord Zed.
You just got like super emotional when I brought up Rita Repulsa.
No.
You were
I got-
crying a little bit.
I cry all the time.
Your pants are wet now. I don't understand this.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave.
Dude, Lord Zed was the coolest guy
Lord
ever.
Zed was
dude.
awesome.
Lord Zed had a Z on his staff.
Okay.
And he was just almost Attack on Titan.
No,
Attack
you're
on
right.
Titan.
No, let's just point that out. He had a staff and it was gold and shiny. Like he was awesome.
He was made out of muscle tissue. Attack on Titan, a very, very popular modern anime. The Titan, like many of the Titans, are made up solely of like muscle tissue.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
that's that Lord Zed.
Are
shit.
they?
Technically, we are too. We just have
Yeah.
skin.
Damn
I
it,
don't
Tiffany.
have skin.
Damn you beat me to my point. I was gonna say maybe they just had no skin. That's all I'm saying.
Doesn't change the fact.
Dropping the mic.
You know what? I'm done. I'm out. All right, guys, catch me out
shit.
on my mixtape. This is Zack, anti-nerdbot.com.
Turn my headphones up.
Where's my snare?
The other, I miss Chappelle. But one of the coolest things about that entire convention was just seeing all of those people there. They were super, super nice. Like everybody was just happy to be there.
Well, they have to be. It's been like years.
Yeah,
They have to be humble at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. Like everybody was expecting the new. Okay, because there's a new Power Rangers movie coming out. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, but it looks really good. All the fans that were there were actually excited about it, like positive. Because obviously when somebody is trying to do like a modern version of something that you love, you get a little bit scared because you go like, okay, here we go.
Unless it's Ghostbusters, in which case the original one was garbage, so it's like they can't mess this up anymore.
Here we go.
I think you just offended a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that's
Zach.
what he does.
That's what he does.
That's my MO.
Yes.
Spitting the truth.
He's the team mystic of movie reviewers.
Hey. We can end this podcast right now.
You've already threatened to end this podcast like 4 times
No,
already.
but now with violence. Don't you ever speak ill of
The table's
Mystic.
going to get flipped over.
It's okay, Zach. They have me now.
Aaron, was Power Rangers something that you were into, or was it a little bit like past your time? I don't know. Were you able to get into it?
Well, after high school, during high school,
Okay.
you wanted to get home very early, around 3 o'clock, to catch like the lineup of television. You had the
Yeah.
VR Troopers. I love me some VR Troopers. I kind of enjoyed.
Samurai.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed VR Troopers a little bit more than Power Rangers at the time.
I enjoyed the Masked Rider a little bit more than the later iterations of Power Rangers.
But then when Power Rangers came on, I was like, damn, okay, this is pretty cool. I got used to it, and then the popularity just freaking grew.
Yeah.
Popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you have your friends in your clique. And like, what Power Ranger are you? What Power Ranger are you? The black guy was with the Black Rangers. How it was.
Wow.
The white.
Hey, Aaron, I appreciate you taking it there.
The guy whoever had glasses was it Bill?
Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Billy.
If your friend had glasses, he's automatically
He's Billy. Ah, all right.
Exactly.
Tiffany?
Shout out to all my Trinis out there.
Yeah. But and guys, we never hung out. Boys never hung out with girls. Girls never hung out with boys. So it's all used to just the manly Power Rangers.
Exactly.
You got to pick which one, and you had to pick one fast.
Yeah.
I'm him. I'm him.
Oh,
I'm
no,
him.
Yeah, you had to call dibs. There couldn't be 2 Red Rangers.
I don't know if I agree with the concept of manly Power Rangers. They're Power Rangers.
Look, hey, some of them were wearing skirts, right?
The girls wore skirts.
No,
Exactly.
I thought the coolest thing for me, because when as I got used to modern television,
as opposed to the arcade version of television.
That
coloring books.
Built in the cave walls.
The TVs you had to crank to start.
I wasn't used to twist happening, right?
Oh, okay.
So when the Green Ranger, left and he was missing, that was drama for us at that age. Like we're like maybe 8 or 9 and we're just talking about that kind of stuff.
Well, I mean,
too,
like
right?
first of all, they turn him. So he starts out as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Then they turn him, and then he goes missing. Then he comes back as the White Ranger.
the White Ranger.
And that was awesome.
Yeah, and
he comes out of the sky like an angel. He floats down.
And as kids, we're thinking that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even started with high school. I did not watch Power
Yeah,
Rangers
I know,
in high
right?
school.
He's like-
It's been so long since high school.
He's like, when I
don't
had
even
my
know when I
first
graduate
child
anymore.
When I had my first child, I started watching Pokemon. No, but that, I think like I have a newfound respect for Power Rangers. I have a newfound respect for like Saban and just the Power Ranger fan. Like I didn't know it was that deep. I didn't know it was this
they go
serious.
deep, yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. Like having a respect for this fandom now.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna make this quick. I watched Like Mike recently, and I watched that when I was younger. And I was
like Mike,
Magic
I want
Mike?
Matt.
what?
Magic Mike?
No.
No. Can you refresh my brain on Like Mike?
Basketball
Little Bow
player.
Wow gets some shoes that apparently belong to
Little Bow Wow.
I remember thinking that movie. I was like, back in the day, I was like, that movie is dope. And I went back and watched it. I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
But simultaneously, like maybe like a week later, HBO Go put out. We love you, HBO Go. They put out the original Power Rangers movie.
Nice.
And I was like, it was midnight, and I was like, all right, let's put something on to go to sleep to. And I watched it. I was like, man, this is still incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
My bias aside, there's more character development in that than the entire series of Star Wars. And Mad Max,
I felt that one coming.
I'm sorry, I point out the truth. Hashtag spitting that truth.
I felt like you were like the T-Rex approaching. Like I felt you stomping on that one a little bit early.
In all seriousness, there's like when they get their like spirit animals or whatever, and it changes the way they transform, and they lose their powers. That's so unprecedented.
Yeah.
And like at that point, I was like, man, this is way deeper than I like recall it. I was just like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, there are like literal generations, decade plus of lore behind this. And I mean, it's awesome.
It's so much lore that at one point, all the Red Rangers have to get together to save the world. And it's just like 17 Red Power Rangers from different generations, all led by Tommy, which was like, that was literally the only time I came back around to watch Power. I was already like 18 or 17. I'm like, I got to see what's going on, man. This is awesome. Like, I know the live action Ninja Turtles were over there trying to pump Venus on us. Venus de Milo, the baby blue ninja. Am I really the only one remembering this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so around 1990 blah, they decided, hey, we should bring in a female Ninja Turtle on this TV show that we have on Fox station. And
what was her name?
Venus. Or it's either Venus or Mona. It's not Mona Lisa. I think it was Venus de Milo. Like they kept it going with the Italian,
the Renaissance.
Yeah, Renaissance name. So
Italian Super Mario.
Hey, his name's Vinny. Super Mario.
People painting all these paintings.
He's Vinny, the red, white, and green turtle. But you know, like that, it is a strong lore. I agree, and it's nice to see. Like, you know, you have a respect. I'm gonna go back and watch that Power Rangers movie, and I should throw in to mention that Ivan Ooze was actually at PowerMorphicon.
Was he handing out ooze?
No.
Okay, good.
He actually,
I was gonna say, don't eat it.
The sad part was that he didn't have a lot of action because people didn't know who he was, because that was such a small. Like, the movie literally had about, like, a year of shelf life, whereas Power Rangers in general has had years upon years upon years. So, like, I feel like the Ivan Ooze movie... the movie itself got lost. Yeah, it got lost in the ether, but it was actually really good. Like, when you look back at their suits, that was amazing to me. Like, their Power Ranger suits were super awesome. Anyway, I gotta wrap it up because we're already going, like, half an hour on Power Rangers.
Okay,
but this was freaking awesome. Like... I highly say if you're remotely interested in Power Rangers, you loved it as a kid, go check out PowerMorphicon when it comes around again. It comes around once a year, but people from all around the world come. There's people dressed up as giant Megazords, like big ones. If you've seen our friend I think it's Mega Mike or
Mike Midler.
Mike Midler. He dresses up as Megatron and Wheeljack. So there was guys in a suit that was bigger than his. Yeah. Bigger, like just physically 2 times bigger at least. So I was just, you know, like, and somebody was in the Dragon Zord too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly. So check it out.
Is it always going to be at Pasadena or what?
I mean, I think it is because it's not super huge. So here's the thing. It's not a cosplay event, though. People are cosplaying as Power Rangers, but can you imagine if they opened that up to cosplay? It would have been, like, insane. There was at least 7,000 people there in the entire weekend.
Cool.
Jeez. At least. But if it was open to cosplay, it probably would have easily been 10 to 12. Super cool. A lot of people, and like a lot of free interaction stuff too. You can take pictures and stuff like that. So I highly suggest it and check it out. Tiffany, I need to know what you love about Power Rangers before we end this.
I'm a little bit younger than you guys.
Okay.
But
You're off the hook.
She just turned 11 2 weeks ago.
I do remember the first Power Rangers.
Tell me what you love about Beetleborgs. Go.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Okay. VR Troopers. Go. No,
but no, it's like Zack said, the characters, just like how it's actually a lot deeper than we initially realized. Yeah. And just like.
Are you remotely interested at seeing the movie that's going to be coming out?
Oh, I'm very excited.
Okay, good. That's all I need from you. Well, thanks. So, yeah. So moving on, there was a movie, or actually, what did you guys want to? Who's ready to talk about No Man's Sky?
I am ready to talk about No Man's Sky.
Okay. I'm gonna let you riff because you're the only one that's really played this.
I'm gonna make this super long and detailed.
No, let's keep it like 10 minutes, 9 minutes of complaint, and tell me 1 minute of good things about it.
So, No Man's Sky has been teased, I want to say, for probably 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
They announced it at the VGX, which is Video Game Awards, or Video Game X
Super
Awards.
quick, describe to the layman, which is me
I was
and
going
Tiff,
to do
what
that.
No Man's Sky is.
going to do that. When they showed it, it's this idea of there is this universe, this literal universe of planets and star systems and all of this, and all of them are kind of like procedurally generated. I love how you like explain this. You're just like, oh, whatever.
I'm listening.
I know. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. That's the No Man's Sky effect.
Oh wow.
No, but like, so it's like there's this universe of planets and star systems, and it's like it's procedurally generated. So there's like they coined the term like there's a there's a quintillion number of planets. It's like relax.
Yeah.
Like. And
we know you're doing math over there.
Yeah, and like I'm like, all right, I get it. There's a lot to see, and they're like, oh, there's like literal limitless amounts of wildlife, of fauna, and like all this stuff. Like it's like, and I was like, oh, cool. And so originally when they showed it, it's a first person game, not necessarily a shooter. You can shoot, but that's not the premise. But originally when they showed it, it was like an indie game. And then it's just like a dude like walking around looking. He's like scanning. It's like, oh, you've discovered this tree for the first time.
He's playing Pokemon Go on a planet.
Trying to collect materials.
Okay.
Much.
Yeah, that's the bulk of it. We'll get into that. Let's dial back, Aaron. Let's put that rage in check.
All right, go ahead. I just wish Jacob was here
to defend it. To defend it, or
to
fight
defend it.
Hey, Jacob is always here.
Yeah,
he's part of all of us.
But
I'm wearing a commemorative sock for Jacob right now.
I'm wearing 2 socks
on your feet.
Yeah, no.
Of course, you would take it there, Tiffany.
Just gotta make sure.
Jeez. Anyways, so it's like he's like looking around on this planet. He's like, "Oh, this is cool," and he gets in his spaceship, and then just flies and pierces atmosphere, goes into space, and then goes to another one with 0 loading screen, which is kind of unprecedented.
Yeah.
For
with that many planets.
Gaming at all.
Star Fox Adventures did it.
Sure, just playing Fallout, you just go through a door. It takes 25 minutes to get to the other side.
Really?
False like. Hey, do you want to save? Well, you might want to go make dinner.
Yeah.
You got some time. Fallout's terrible. No. But the whole thing is. The whole thing is there was like this endless amount of exploration in this game.
Right.
That was what's promised.
Okay.
And since then, Sony didn't necessarily take it up, but they started marketing for it. They boasted at all their shows.
Yeah.
It eventually became like a PS4 exclusive, PS4/PC exclusive.
It was the Little Big Planet of 2016.
I mean, more so than that, because they put out all these weird, like quantitative facts, like, oh, it would take 100 years for everyone on Earth simultaneously working to discover all planets.
Yeah.
You're like, shit.
Maybe it's when the game gets good.
I think they also say, you're like 100. All right, looks like we're.
What is the DLC? More planets?
Hopefully the DLC ends the game quicker.
The DLC is a cyanide pill because you never finish your mission.
The DLC is just an Uber trip to Best Buy to trade it in. No. So here's the
That might be the funniest thing you've said so far on this podcast, dude. Oh my god.
No. So in all seriousness, I put a decent amount of chunk in the game, a decent chunk of time in the game, and I was very excited about it.
Yeah.
Because they drummed up hype for years. It saw a few delays. Then when it came out, it's just kind of bland. It's like you're collecting resources, but you're not even doing it in like a deep mechanical way. It's the same handful of resources. You need this, you need this, you need this.
Is it kind of like is it Fallout?
Oh, Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout, you go around collecting materials kind of too,
Fallout
right?
is like garbage. So
Fallout has a purpose and there's a story.
There's a greater purpose.
Fallout, you can collect resources.
Okay, but No Man's Sky.
And your story can be different from somebody else's.
And that's such a small component of Fallout, specifically Fallout 4.
Got it.
It's such a small component of it.
Whereas No Man's Sky is more like it's just a sandbox.
So, I just finished my review today. The thing with No Man's Sky
Nerdbot.com.
is what? You said it super fast.
Nerdbot.com. I've said it enough. I know how to get it out in the kink.
The thing is, the strength of No Man's Sky is its novelty. meaning the initial experience of the game. Like, you start out on a planet, a procedurally generated planet, and like you have to gather resources.
You keep saying procedurally generated, meaning that it'll always be different, or it'll always be the same start out, but
kind of. So there is a system in place to create a seemingly limitless amount of planets.
Got it.
In the game. So procedurally generated means like there is this system in place to create new content constantly.
Got it.
So if like in some games like Rogue Legacy, one of my favorite fucking games, I said the F word for the first time in the entire history of the podcast.
Really?
Rest in peace. My innocence.
Wow.
Every time you go into this dungeon.
Hey, I heard that word.
I was gonna say seamless. What are you doing?
Now who's going NC-17, huh?
No, I just said what? I was gonna say seamless, but I said seamless so many times. I was like, let's stop using that adjective. Anyways, get out of here, Aaron.
I will.
But all our listeners heard that very faint Tiffany laugh.
It's like a little
that was like a mini cackle.
Yeah.
I thought a bat was flying by.
Anyways, before I get interrupted another 95 times. So you start out on a planet that is one of.
You get to name the planet, right?
A literal quintillion. Yeah, you get to name everything. It's pointless, but again, the first time you do it, you're like, damn, that's awesome.
You're like Adam from the Bible, but instead you're in space naming planets instead of animals.
It's like I'm on planet balls. Awesome.
Well, no, again, that's the problem and both the strength of the game is that it feels so awesome doing literally everything in that game for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, I started on a planet. I was like, no one's been here.
So I was interested in the game, like technically, because I wanted to see how like the algorithm worked with all the planets.
Yeah.
But from what little I know, it sounds like an aesthetically mature Minecraft.
I would say that Minecraft is deeper than this game.
Wow.
Like, no, I'm not even speaking ill.
Yeah, because you can dig deeper where you're at and keep going all the way down.
Well, it's like in Minecraft, it's like, all right, there are these several types of elements.
Yeah.
But you can combine them to make different things.
Yeah,
There's nothing really like that. And
people are making computations inside of Minecraft now. Like it's become elaborate.
No, absolutely. And the amount of stuff you can create, and that's the thing about Minecraft. Minecraft is huge on the concept of creation, but No Man's Sky is more about discovery of these things that have already been established. But again, I want to emphasize the novelty. You start out on this planet that is essentially, I don't know, maybe 6 months from now that'll be different. You're the only person that's ever explored this planet or ever been on this planet. So you go around, you see wildlife, cool, whatever. Then when you start, like, you have to gather resources to upgrade your ship to break atmosphere to go back into space.
Okay.
The first time you see wildlife, amazing. The first time you break space, amazing. The first time you go to a space station, amazing. All of these things are awesome, but, like, that's it. That is the bulk of the game, is doing all of that over and over and over and over. The first time I saw a black hole, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And then, like, there are these things that are so good in the game. So good in the game. But the problem is that it is that times 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, planets differ in the way they look, but at the same, and I get it. It's like, if you make a planet, if you need this specific resource in order to get fuel for your ship, you have to have that on every planet, because otherwise you'll have your players just like stuck on some randomly generated planet. But at the same time, it makes it so, like, after like planet number 10, I was like, oh, I've seen them all. And same thing with naming stuff. Naming stuff is kind of a pain. My first planet I named Poop Zone.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and do you ever go back?
You named it after.
You can go back, but it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, right?
Like,
you have to explore.
You named it after your house.
No, that's Poop Central. Poop Zone is the district.
Gotcha.
It's coordinated.
But yeah, so
okay, but and here's another thing that I've heard them talk about, kind of what you mentioned earlier, where it says, oh, it's expansive. It'll take so many years for you to explore every planet if you were to try. Does every player exist in this world, in one singular world? And because I know they said you'll almost never run into anybody else, even though you can. So why even be hooked up to Wi-Fi? What's that situation about?
So there are 3 main criticisms that I talk about in my review. I'll talk about 2 here.
Okay.
I'll make it quick.
Tease.
The first one is
you
that...
tease.
Oh, get your beautiful ass out of here. Anyway, so the first one was the concept of multiplayer. interview after interview after interview after interview, they'll say, hey, is there multiplayer in this game? And they're like, I don't know. Is there? And I'm like, well, we want to know before we buy the game.
Yeah.
And then, like, at one point, Sean Murray, who I'm sure is a great, and again, I need to voice this. This is Hello Games. They were a 15-man studio. They also had a severe flood in their studio where they lost a lot of data. They're not like some huge like Ubisoft type company that just like, hey, forget the consumer, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they care, but it's just at the same time, it's
a little
just
harsh love right here for Ubisoft coming through.
Ubisoft makes.
He's probably thinking something about EA instead.
No, Ubisoft. No, I mean Ubisoft makes Assassin's Creed. There's a few of those.
You're talking about LJN?
What LJN?
Yeah, too old for you.
I mean, I'm 49.
Okay, that explains a lot.
And that was 10 years ago. No, but so the idea of multiplayer is like they were very cagey and cryptic. And again, this had a super long development cycle. Like really, like again, like I was here at the Nerdbot Studios 5 years ago, before it was the Nerdbot Studios, when I saw that for the first time.
Yeah.
The first time they showed it.
Wow.
Sounded cool.
So
Sounded
it's
great.
It's wow.
And I was like, well, this game looks amazing.
Yeah.
Sounded so cool.
And ever since then, I was like, oh man, it looks awesome. And they've been saying, hey, look, you know, multiplayer, we don't like. They're like super cagey about it, and we just want to know.
Yeah.
And then at a couple points, Sean Murray, the dude who runs Hello Game Studio, he was like, you know, yeah, you can if you are on a planet and someone else is on that planet, you guys are next to each other, you guys could see each other. He straight up like broke and said it.
Wow.
And everyone was like, oh, that makes me so much more interested.
Okay.
Because that adds another layer of mystery.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of wildlife I'm going to see. I don't know what type of planets I'm going to see. I don't know if I'm going to see somebody.
Yeah.
That is.
And then what that interaction is going to be like.
So, yeah, exactly. Can we kill each other? Or are we just sitting there dancing like Destiny?
Yeah.
Destiny's terrible, Aaron.
It actually sounds pretty romantic. It's like, I found you on a lonesome
I don't
planet.
know, and I read an article is they're saying No Man's Sky is the new Destiny?
No, Destiny's way
Good.
worse.
Oh, stop it. You stop it, sir.
But
Destiny will save you someday.
Destiny has never saved me.
It will
I
save
don't
you.
listen to Destiny's Child. I listened to them. I listened to them back in the day, but when Destiny came out, I was like, sorry, Beyonce.
More of a 702
Sorry,
fan.
Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
Sorry, girl, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to you guys because of Bungie. And they're like, we get it.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys heard me? That's weird. I said that in my head.
Beyonce's been taking this pretty hard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Destiny's a game that keeps on
I
giving.
gave her lemons and she made lemonade.
Wow.
That's the best joke I've ever said. But anyway, so the whole thing is like once they said that, I was like, oh, it adds this whole new mystery. And then again, because this game is new and it's restricted to 2 platforms, which is PC and PlayStation 4.
Okay.
There haven't been too many instances of people, there haven't been too many instances at all of people being in the same place at all, which in itself is a cool thing. But there was a case of of 2 people being in the same planet at the same time and they didn't see each other.
Wow.
So it's kind of like,
what's the point?
well, it's not even so much what's the point. It's like, well, you clearly said in said interview that you can see each other.
So my view on this is still convoluted by the idea that it's an algorithmic developed universe, yet we're all supposed to land on the same planet. So how does it just continue to develop on one like server, and that server is the universe?
Well, so there's this. So the algorithm isn't ever evolving. The algorithm has done this thing to the point where it's populated all these planets.
So it exists.
It exists,
Okay.
yeah. So you don't even have to play online.
Okay.
You don't have to play online.
Got it.
So these things are all created, and the premise of the game is to get to the center of the universe.
Okay.
And
Like a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, exactly. Not like
Sure,
that. Exactly
Aaron.
that. Not like exactly
a Tootsie
that.
Pop.
Instead of licks, how much time is going to take to get
Yeah.
there?
How many planets till you
Way
get to the
more than
center
I'm
of the
willing to
universe?
dish out.
The owl said 3, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
3.
The owl. I mean, do you really trust owls?
I mean, I'm pretty
I
sure
totally trust owls. I don't know why I said
you
that.
trusted an owl on the back of a horse.
Hey,
that's
true.
how far this
Hey,
was.
we've all seen Bambi.
Full circle.
When I saw
Full
that,
circle.
I was like, has science finally gone too far?
All right, well, Metacritic is giving the game 71, but how do they break that down?
I mean, it's an aggregate of many reviews. So some
Okay.
of those reviews don't even have scores.
Okay.
Before Joystick went under, Joystick would have reviews of games without a number.
Okay.
And Metacritic would be like, all right, well, based on what he said, I'm guessing that's a...
I think Kotaku does that too, or Polygon. One of those two don't have a number.
Kotaku does. I think Polygon doesn't. But, like, so for Metacritic, and again, why numerical reviews, and why Metacritic is kind of a joke in itself. Again, why Rotten Tomatoes is a waste of time.
Oh wow!
Is that like the numbers behind it don't mean anything?
Yeah.
Because like, even with, and I'll wrap this up.
Yeah,
even with. He's like, yeah, can you shut up?
I'm tired of you ragging on Rotten Tomatoes, bro.
Rotten Tomatoes terrible. But even with No Man's Sky is probably like a 9 without context, without any of the ridiculous marketing they put behind it. If they're like, here's a game, try it, and you're like,
I feel like
this much of this game.
I really don't feel like it had marketing so much as it marketed itself. Like I feel like people were so excited about it that they were the
word
ones
of mouth.
But the thing is,
like Jacob, who's probably like trying to back up this game, and he knows damn well
Jacob
he's gonna stop playing.
Jacob is an amazing soul.
Jacob is listening to this podcast, but hating you so much. No, I don't know. Well,
bad taste.
Aaron, from the outside looking in, because did you express like you had interest in this game at all before, and now you hear Zack talk about it? Honestly, it feels like Zack is tired of it after 10 planets. So, but you're giving it a good review. So I don't know what to believe.
For the record, I did way more than 10 planets, but it was at 10 planets where I realized I'm not getting anything more out of this.
Yeah, I wasn't saying 10 planets to knock you. You know, like that wasn't an insult. Like, oh, Zack can only hit 10 planets in 4 days.
Here's what it was, dude. Like, let me tell you my views on this, okay?
Yeah.
Like, all right. So No Man's Skies was supposed to be this beautiful woman, right? And you heard about her.
Can we dial it back?
Listen, you heard about her. You're excited about her. You knew she's gonna come at some point. You know, no, come into your review. Not come into your life.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
We got that.
But you know, the No Man's Skies kept getting delayed. So I was like, that girl's never gonna come. And years would go by. And years would go by. and then finally she comes into your sight, but you're over her.
Yeah.
Because you wasted all this time.
You've been bedazzled.
You just like, now you're just over her like, I found somebody else.
Yeah. You found Destiny.
Yeah. Well, I always had Destiny. Destiny has always been my side chick.
Tiffany.
So it sounds like you guys were promised things and it just didn't fulfill, I guess.
You were both let down.
So if you didn't know any of the stuff that they were saying, that the multiplayer thing and like all the other stuff, what would you give it?
And that's what I was saying is like with zero context, that game is a lot better than the 6.5 I gave it.
Would you still be bored of it after 10 planets?
Perhaps. I mean, again, even that has its context. It's like for me, there's a barrage of games coming out every 30 seconds that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But like
Tetris Attack 5.
If you dial back
that
to
one girl,
Aaron.
But there's many of them now.
I'm going to suplex you through this podcast.
Yeah, we all have taste. You know, we all have taste.
What? Why is your boyfriend? We all have taste.
Because you're a strong black man. I love you.
What does that mean?
Final thoughts.
I'm going to let you rethink what you said.
Final thoughts.
Anyways, the game is probably good depending on your patience level. And depending on how much context you have. But for somebody who's had so much press BS shoved down his throat about this is going to be, and like literally the term, this is the most expansive and like amazing game ever, like from Sony and from, not really Hello Games, but like all of that press level built it up so high. It's kind of like with Mad Max. And I'm not even going on Mad Max tangent. Mad Max was probably, Fury Road was probably an okay movie. But I had 10 people tell me it was the best movie ever. And I was like, no, it's not. You guys haven't seen Lilo and Stitch.
Wow. I love Lilo and Stitch, but ain't that Tiffany.
Good. Compare No Man's Sky to something that's like expansive or like explorative, I guess. Something like Journey, something like Flow.
Myst. That's all you need to know. Myst.
Like, is it like that?
So here's one of the things I said in my review is that the thing is, specifically with those games, Flow and Journey, and Flower for that matter, all those games don't try to make it this grandiose thing. They try to make it small, and they're like, experience this.
And keep it simple.
Yeah. And like, again, honestly, if you carve out the repetitive nature of No Man's Sky, it is fantastic.
Yeah.
But the fact that you need to do that repetitive nature in order to progress is the problem.
Yeah.
So it's the thing with Flow and Flower and Journey. It's a short game.
Yeah.
but it's like it is super impactful for that reason.
Well, wasn't there a game that you guys had mentioned before where you're like, oh, it's not a good game? Like people are like, you got to play it for the first 20 hours and then it gets really good. You know, like wasn't there a game that you guys described that was like that? And couldn't No Man's Sky be that game? Like maybe maybe you're at the 19th hour and you just need to get to 20th hour.
Well, so the different No Man's Sky is an interesting case because No Man's Sky is more of like hour 1 is good, maybe hour 5 is good. Then 8, because again, it is these initial experiences that make it so good.
Okay.
But the filler in between
is not.
Is disappointing.
I think you're talking about 1886: The Order, which was the worst game I've ever played in my entire life.
Aaron, you like Uncharted.
So like Uncharted. High five. Uncharted 4. It might be the greatest PlayStation 4 game right now, outside of The Last of Us.
So you can check out Zack Roberts' article on nerdbot.com and
I'll never approve.
I don't know why I talked to this man.
But
she's not even gonna edit it. She's so upset.
Aaron, did his speech about No Man's Sky affect your opinion?
I was hardly listening. You know what?
Wow.
And
he had his headphones on the whole time.
Yeah, you were not hardly listening. You were actively
whatever
listening.
his views were. I already made my decision.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. She's already gone.
She never showed up.
Yep.
All right.
Why
it's too
do
late.
we have to bring him back to this?
All right. Well, Aaron, you got to see a movie pretty recently. We're going to move on because No Man's Sky.
A highly anticipated movie. Sorry, that I didn't have to wait for. It didn't have any delays.
Oh, okay. This one showed up to the party.
Showed up on time.
It showed up to the
party.
What party did it show up to?
It was like a big picnic on 4th of July.
Okay, we're talking about sausage party, so.
I know.
Okay, I was leading you to the water and you didn't drink. That's what I was saying. So you got to see sausage party on the last podcast. I was kind of iffy on it. You know, I think probably my biggest issue with the movie is that I felt like they could have done the same movie without having to orient everything around sexualized foods. I felt. But that's just from the surface.
That's the beauty of this movie.
So that it does hone in on all that.
It hones in on all of that, and there's a lot more to it.
Okay.
I mean,
I've heard there's more to it.
There's death in this, not just the food. Okay. I'll say that.
Spoiler.
You know,
is it the death of a salesman?
Actually, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
No, guys, like, there's a lot of like hilarious, funny jokes in this involving food. I mean, when the non-perishables arrive, that had me dying.
Okay.
Like they're like they've seen it all in this movie. They know what's gonna happen, but they're trying to get the whole vibe in the grocery store to everybody to be happy. You know, you're gonna go to the Great Divide.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. But they already know what's going on.
Yeah, of course.
So if they don't do that, it's gonna be chaos throughout the whole store, and like foods are just gonna go crazy. Because that's what happens when food finds out bad things, it goes crazy.
Yeah. All right. So it's a fun romp like Toy Story. Take your kids.
No, do not take your kids to this movie. I mean,
what if your kids are like super smart?
Let me tell you something right now. One of the stars.
Then they'll be dumb after this movie. I guess I don't know.
Hashtag Seth Rogen.
Dude, Edward Norton's in this film, dude.
Okay. Wow.
And I did not even expect that.
Nice.
And,
I heard this.
And he had a big role in this movie too. I was like, that's awesome.
There was a lot of cameos in this one, besides obviously the main Seth Rogen team that you normally get. Was James Franco in it?
Ugh.
I don't even know if he was in it, but there's like tons of. Kristen Wiig was amazing.
Okay.
And she played the main bun.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But if you get, I mean, dude, it's a joyride throughout the whole film. You're just gonna keep laughing. But there are a lot of F jokes in it, and it's Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
But it's food saying this kind of stuff.
What are F jokes?
Like F-bomb jokes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like food?
You've said
food jokes.
said so much offensive stuff on this podcast alone.
Yeah.
It's weird that you would have the reservation of saying that.
I'm speaking in general. I don't want to get into too details, but I will say this.
French fry?
There's no French fries in this movie. There's some racial undertones in this.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of stereotypes in this, especially with.
What I love in movies. He said sarcastically.
And I mean, like.
Dude, let me tell you something, man.
Okay, go for it.
At the end of this movie, you knew. Okay, we all seen Team America, right?
Okay.
And we knew that one scene was going to happen in Team America, that outrageous scene in Team America, and I when they have the two dolls have sex.
Yeah.
That is nothing compared to what. Going to happen in this movie when you get to that certain part. Your mouth is like what the F?
Yeah.
Seriously, like I'm looking to my girlfriend on the left and she's looking at me. We have the same expression. Our mouths are open. I look to a stranger next to me. His mouth is open. Everybody's like,
Whoa.
like it was You have to see it, but only see it once.
Yeah,
That's all I can tell you.
That's it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're not going to buy the DVD, I guess. It's not going to do.
I don't need to see it again. I just know I enjoyed it.
Okay. All right. And I think that's what I've been hearing everybody say. Like, they enjoyed it. I don't know if it's going to be another, return to Oz.
If it's on HBO someday, which it probably will be, then I'll probably flip it on or something like that.
All right. Well,
it is really good.
I recommend Rotten Tomatoes at the behemot of Zack is at 81 with a critic score. So
which
that
means it's absolute garbage.
I mean,
can we expect an Disney animated series?
Yeah, outside of Zach's opinion, that's a pretty huge deal for
Rotten Tomatoes. This movie has heart too, though. I will say that.
In all fairness, so Seth Rogen is like a human version of like a car crash. Like he's real bad. But I didn't care about this movie. It was just I thought it was gonna be stoner jokes and like fart jokes.
That's what I was expecting.
But it's really creative, guys. It's really creative.
So someone told me it's like super introspective. Like the ideas of philosophy and religion are somehow crammed into it.
It's crammed in as well.
And to me, that makes it more interesting because I thought it was gonna be like, hey, let's do a penis joke. He's a hot dog. I'm Seth Rogen. Like
that was that's my initial approach to this movie.
That's how it was for me. I was like, no, I'm good. I will watch Lilo and Stitch again because it's a good movie.
Yeah, I'll watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy again.
Their lives, but he didn't do it intentionally.
Yeah, he could have killed them at any point that he wanted to.
He could have. He was like Bane in Batman.
He's a murderous alien, and he's in Hawaii.
Yeah, which is like murderous alien. All right, never mind.
Sorry. Yeah, we couldn't dissect that any further.
I was kind of trying to make the connection. I was like, well,
Lilo and Stitch is too airtight. We couldn't break it down. The theory is just too tight. It's actually stronger than Prometheus at this point.
Are you gonna see the Sausage Party?
I don't think I'm gonna see it.
I really recommend it.
You recommend it?
I know you guys listen to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm a different kind of guy.
No. I mean, like I will say this.
What are you talking about?
I hang out with Zach a lot now, and he knows I'm incredibly different from what he is. My opinions are entirely different from what he is.
From me, which is like everyone else.
People blend together.
Like, you're a different person too? I didn't know.
I thought we were the same. I
thought about my personality.
I felt the same.
You mean I'm not a large black man?
You know what?
All right, guys.
Maybe deep down you can be.
Which is anti-racist.
Who would you? I mean, like you're recommending this movie to us because
I really recommend this movie,
but because we kind of have like an idea already of it. But like, would you recommend it to people like the average moviegoer, or is this just for people who have like a comedy, like the comedy is their thing? Because normally, like I per se am not a gore horror guy. I don't like to go to the movies a gore guy.
Right,
I don't like to be scared.
If you everybody loves comedy. Well, unless you're not happy. But, if you are happy, you're going to enjoy comedy flicks.
What if you're so happy you don't need to be any more happy?
Yeah.
I guess you're saying, like, specifically, like, raunchy humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting into. It's food trying to survive. It's hilarious. I mean, I
don't think so.
Don't paint it that. Like, it's food trying to survive, and you're, like, trying to sideways exin that there's a food orgy?
You literally could have taken food out and put in toy, and you would have described Toy Stories.
Yeah.
That's why
a lot of
doesn't work.
No, it does.
To some things, we are all food trying to survive.
Yes, Tiffany. Thank you for breaking us down to the food level.
She said, aren't we all sausage party on the inside, bro?
Yeah. We're all sausage party to the grizzly bear that's about to break in and just devour us.
I wish a grizzly bear would. I would RKO him. I just watched SummerSlam. So
you just don't want to play No Man's Sky no more, that's all.
I wish there were.
So Aaron's not going to see it again, which to me means somebody's got to buy me a ticket to go see that movie. So I'm putting it out there. You want me to review that movie, buy me a ticket. I'm not talking to you specifically, Tiffany.
If it's on TV, I'll watch it.
I know Tiffany would do that just to spite me. Oh, you'd watch it on TV?
Yeah, I'll watch it on TV.
Okay, I think I'd watch it on TV too. Yeah. You're right. All right, well, everybody, if you want an audience score for that, it's 61. So the audience, that's really weird that the critics would side on this and not the audience. Probably people got the wrong idea and went to see this movie.
Somebody brought their family not knowing.
Yeah,
that happens all the time.
Yeah, it does
just
happen
like
all
the
the time.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Deadpool had it going on. All right, so one last thing that we want to get to. We're going to sandwich the movie thing with another game. And Tiffany's actually going to get... Not a movie. We'll sandwich the movie, the Sausage Party movie, yes. Your sausage sandwich. If you wanted me to slow down. Yeah, use the buns. But Tiffany, our editor, is super into a game called Kingsglaive. Kingsglaive?
It's
A movie.
Again,
Oh, it's a movie?
A movie.
Oh, I thought it was a game.
I confused you because I said it's part of the Final Fantasy 15 universe, which is a game. So
Sorry, yes.
I understand
that
your
screwed
confusion.
me up. Yes. Okay, so a long time ago, a movie came out called Final Fantasy, and I didn't know what it was
The
because
Spirits Within.
yes, and it didn't look like anything. There were no chocobos.
There was an animated Ben Affleck for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
And he was garbage.
Wasn't it in the 90s, though? That Final Fantasy movie
yeah,
in the
and
90s?
it was
like
the
early
first of its
2000s.
kind.
I
It
remember-
was around Shrek time.
Tiffany's waiting to talk. She's like, oh, I can't wait till they drop
No,
it.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I remember like a guy got his ass kicked on a bench when he tried to like grab a woman's boobs in that movie.
What are you talking? What?
Are we on
all
the
right,
same podcast?
No,
Yeah.
you weren't watching Final Fantasy. You were just watching fantasy.
Oh my God!
All right, man,
So
I
go out on a strong note, Zach.
Yeah, I know,
Jesus,
right? I don't
every
even have to
time.
say anymore.
Tiffany, you saw Kingsglaive.
I'm a little hesitant to talk about it just because it had a limited release, so there's a lot of people who haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, there's also a lot of people who haven't listened to this podcast. So,
So
it might
yeah,
work
so
out
I am
okay.
gonna throw spoilers.
All right.
Can I do that?
Yeah, because I don't know, so I don't care.
Okay, so
So, spoiler alert ahead of time.
So,
if you
spoiler
wanna
alert.
See
Yeah.
Kingsglaive, just go and get yourself a nice Slurpee. They have a watermelon Sour Patch one, and then
Gross.
just come on back.
Fucking gross.
watermelon.
All right. No, Tiffany, please. So Kingsglaive.
Okay, so-
how many chocobos are in this film?
Actually 0 chocobos.
Again,
So,
here we go with the lack of chocobo.
Kingsglaive is I guess a tie-in movie for the Final Fantasy 15 movie Final Fantasy 15 game that's coming out. It was pushed back from September to November.
Okay, so this is based on a game?
So this movie should be, from my understanding, it takes place during the game.
Okay.
So while you're off adventuring and stuff, playing the game,
Yeah.
the movie explains what happens during, at the kingdom when you're off and about driving
Okay.
a car.
So it's like a side story.
Yeah,
kinda.
hanging-
It's the Site B of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, hanging
right.
with your bros.
And may I interrupt for just a small second? And you could say something awful and offensive after. So Final Fantasy 15 is this game that's had like this over a decade development cycle, which is a lot longer than the average game. And
I was in junior high when I heard of.
Oh,
yeah, and now
Final
she's in
Fantasy
high school, so
Yeah.
it's like. but
yeah.
But so it's had this severely long process of
Yeah.
development. So now it's kind of like
Well, she
they
is
have to-
Jubilee.
Ah.
So long story short, it was under a different title, Final Fantasy 13. It was a part
Versus.
of that,
Yeah.
Versus 13. And then they stopped developing for a while. I think they were focusing on other things, and then it picked up. They scrapped a lot of the original ideas, and then it came back. In March, they had an Uncovered Final Fantasy event where they not only showed like the new trailer for the game, but they announced that they were having a movie, that there is a tie-in anime to it as well, along with 2 demos and then a spin-off game.
Nice.
So just kind of surprised everyone
Yeah.
as a sorry it took so long sort of thing.
Wow.
And then they did it again from September to November. So Kingsglaive basically kind of introduces the world, the kind I guess the
So it's like prepping you for the game almost?
yeah.
Wow.
So it introduces you to the world, a specific land, kind of like the story behind it. Like there's wars going on between kingdoms. It introduces you to the type of magic. There's a group called the Kingsglaive that borrows magic from the king via like this crystal. And crystals are a huge theme in all the Final Fantasy
All
games.
fine, yeah.
So it stars Aaron Paul as Nyx. Ulrich, and this game is, like the whole Final Fantasy 15 universe is very heavy on the Latin,
Okay.
which is a little bit much, but
Kinda
so
weird.
yeah.
I mean, you're essentially creating this brand new universe, but you're still borrowing stuff from regular Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like,
it's kind of like,
well, I mean, that's kind of like the whole series in general. Like 10 had heavy Asian influences. I would say like 12 had a lot of like Middle East influences.
Okay.
Or like European. And then so this one is like
those
has
are
a
two
lot-
very different places, like
Yeah.
Middle East and Europe.
I mean, like the design was very Middle East, but like
okay.
everything else was very like European.
Okay. And so this movie just came out. Did we get a score for this? Did we actually?
8%.
I think
It got
oh,
an 8%
oh,
on
jeez.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I think like a 60-something on Metacritic.
So why?
It is a video game movie, and video game movies tend to not do well, period.
Okay. Like, are we essentially watching...
Well, how did Ratchet and Clank do?
I think it. I'll actually look that up right now, but I think Ratchet and Clank did okay. But is it essentially like if we were to combine all the cutscenes from Gears of War together? Is that why the movie feels a little like,
I would actually. That's actually a great way to describe it, because the first maybe like 3/4 of the movie felt very like rushed. It would have been better if it was further developed, but that is something that you would normally explore through like gameplay. And like a lot of it was the acting. I feel like it was very theatrical, very fast paced. And then there was like this weird thing where everyone's being chased, and then the main character, who's Aaron Paul, decides to have a little bit of exposition and tell his backstory.
Like in the middle of everything that's going on?
Like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Don't you do this.
But for Final Fantasy fans, so I was able to see it with other people who are very familiar with the games.
That must have been fun.
They really enjoyed it
Nice.
because it carried so many of the elements from the game, kind of like Easter eggs, I guess.
Okay.
And
I'm sure they're burying stuff in there for the game as well. It's kind of like they're going to really tie it in to make up for, like what you said, it's an apology tour now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the story itself, it's very, I want to say it's like a combination of Japanese storytelling where it's kind of like they want you to assume things are the way they are just because.
Okay. I mean, but that's kind of like the idea of getting into a fantasy movie. It's like you got to go with the role. Like, this is the universe we're throwing you into. It's when people try to argue shit against Star Wars. Sorry, Zack. But, you know, they're like...
Don't say sorry to him.
It's supposed to be this way and that way, and it's like, it's a made-up universe. It's going to be the way... Whatever you got is what you got.
Well, I think the difference between, like, what Tiffany's saying, like, Japanese storytelling and, like, stuff like the garbage that is Star Wars. In Star Wars, it's like when Luke picks up his lightsaber for the first time. He's like, oh, this is my lightsaber. My father had it. There's a crystal in it. There's a blade. Like, that type of like, explanation. You don't find too much in at least in Final Fantasy and anime storytelling.
Yeah, where like you're like, holy cow, these statues are coming to life. You don't question it. You're just like, yes, they're supposed to come to life.
There are giant chickens.
You know what I mean? So it's useless exposition.
Yeah, they like avoided that a lot.
Expedition.
I really enjoyed it as a fan, but I also can see why it got an 8%.
Okay. It's not a movie.
It is. I would like to defend it and say it's not, but it's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wait, how does that work? You like to defend it and say, okay.
She's a fan.
Well, no, what she's saying is that Rotten Tomatoes, it's just a waste.
Wow. Okay, then you tell me, because Ratchet and Clank came in at 16% rotten. So is Rotten Tomatoes bullshitting? Did you see Ratchet and Clank?
Hey,
defend yourself.
I played every Ratchet and Clank.
But this is a movie now, okay?
It's just an interactive video, or a less interactive video game.
But I will.
It's like your challenge is to eat popcorn and drink soda.
Hey, that's the challenge I take every day, baby.
I will say that visually, it's very, very beautiful. It's technically so impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know if people have seen Advent Children, which was the other Final Fantasy movie.
Don't even get me started.
But all Final Fantasy movies from the beginning have been insanely beautiful.
Yeah. But this movie makes those movies look like really bad fan art.
Wow.
Like, it's really good. The facial animation
Again, if the directors and artists, the compositors are listening to Tiffany Tran,
I'm gonna forward it.
Send it to Tiffany to the first 2 movies. Send your hate mail to Tiffany right now.
And I would say that's like enough to watch the movie.
Yeah, that's so cool. And like, what's the release like though? Because you said it's limited. So is it in theaters? Is it like in a specific theater that we have to drive 40 miles over the hill?
It was in theaters for one day.
Okay.
Friday, August 19th.
Damn.
At a lot of AMCs.
When the moon crosses the sun, exactly.
You just have to check your sundial.
The planets have to align.
But yeah, like Lena Headey, is that how you say her name?
I think it's Lena.
Lena Headey.
Yeah, probably.
Cersei.
You can just call her Cersei. Yeah.
Cersei from Game of Thrones plays the
She's
princess.
listening, so when she calls in, she'll.
I was telling Zack earlier that I was very confused with her character because I didn't know if it was an issue of the facial or the animation in the character model or the acting or if that's the character herself, because she was very nonchalant about everything for a princess that was under attack.
I'm going to say it's the face tracking, because that happened. I remember seeing the first Final Fantasy movie and I thought everything was awesome except for their faces. And I felt like there was moments where you could have felt a little bit more emotion. You know, like I've gotten more emotion out of Duke Nukem than I got out of them.
But for some reason, I think it worked for the character because the character is not afraid of death.
Okay.
So she kind of like tackled things in a very like.
So are
I'm
you
just gonna
complaining
jump
about it, or are you happy about it? Let's go.
I liked it, but I can see it also being like a happy accident.
Okay.
You know, Bob Ross style.
Yeah.
I mean, as a fan of Final Fantasy, as like a severe fan of Final Fantasy, like severe as if in like I've gone into treatment for this.
Even though you've never talked about Final Fantasy before,
Never.
this is the first time you're letting us know all about this.
All right. Do you want to? We can extend this podcast by another hour, and I'll talk to you about Final Fantasy.
No, you've done enough. Sir.
Final Fantasy X is the best. Is my favorite game ever. The second best game ever.
Wait, Final Fantasy X?
X, yeah. If you want to go Roman numerals with it,
I do.
Squall is an okay character. In 7, they had Cloud who's generic. Do you want me to go on? I don't.
No,
think you
I just need to know how good you are at Blitzball, and then we can go from there.
Blitzball, that was a joke.
Okay, there you go, folks. There you go, folks.
That was mathematics. Although Waka was a G.
Okay.
But anyways, like as a Waka wasn't in
Waka Waka Flame.
Yeah, Waka. I couldn't think of it. Oh man.
Or Waka Waka Waka.
You beat me.
Teddy,
Yeah, Gonzo. No,
Gonzo. Teddy.
Go ahead. Any other
Waka
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 references you want to get out of the way? No, but
that's all I got.
like as a Final Fantasy fan, I'm super excited for this because like I mean, Spirits Within I didn't like, but Advent Children I actually enjoyed a lot. And Advent Children, and this is one of the things me and Tiffany were talking about beforehand, is that with Advent Children, there was already a pre-established like universe and lore for Final Fantasy VII specifically. Whereas in this both benefits and is set back by the fact that there isn't a pre-existing world.
because you're just thrown into it
Because Final
now.
Fantasy 15 is not out yet. There have been like these anime shorts called Brotherhood that have already been out. But for the most part, you know, people have minimal context for Final Fantasy 15, so I think it benefits from that, but it's simultaneously set back from it. So I'm super excited.
All right.
And yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Mad Max is terrible. That's all I was gonna say.
you always tag all your sentences with that. Go ahead.
So I am really excited to watch it again after playing the game and see how it's different.
Okay. You can do it at the same time while you're playing. Just set up another.
I know,
TV.
right?
Like,
Just make your eyes go in opposite directions and just have two monitors. Just be like,
all right. Well, I want to wrap it up on this one, but I want to get Tiffany's opinion. I want you to rate in order of what you think are the greatest of the Final Fantasy 3 that he mentioned. If there's only the 7.
Between
right,
7, 8, and 10, which one's the best?
Which one? Rank them for us.
well, just 10, 10, and 10.
Wow. Not Zack.
A lot of people say 7's the greatest there was.
I wanna put 8 at the bottom of the list because I hate Squall.
Yeah.
And there was like time paradoxes and like a lot of plot holes because it wasn't like translated right or something like that. I'll put 10 at the top. It was more colorful. It was the first one that had like voice acting, so it felt a little bit fuller than the other ones.
I can't stand that he's taking pride in this.
You're on the right path, but I want to hear the other two. This is gonna determine a lot.
I'm saying 7. 7 wasn't my favorite. 7 is not my favorite. I tend to like things that are like happier in tone, and the first half of 10 was. 7 was very dark in general. Like aesthetically and all that stuff, emotionally, I guess. I don't like feeling sad.
Yeah.
So
you're along for the ride, but sadness is part of the ride too, Tiff.
So the whole like the Eris thing, I'm just like.
That's why Disney always kills off characters at the beginning.
Can I ask? Did you finish 10?
Get it out the way.
I finished
Get it
10.
out the way.
But that was his death was like happy. He got
Whoa! Spoiler alert!
Yeah, spoiler alert for a game that came out 14 years ago.
He was like reunited with a dad, like his estranged dad. So
Who we didn't know was dead.
Yeah, and like they were all
dark.
dead already, and like the whole Asian themes and like the whole rebirth and recycle thing. It's just like things that I really liked in general compared to.
Are you gonna do any reviews for this? Like, are you gonna do something for Nerdbot.com?
Oh, she's the editor, so she.
I know.
This is
She can pick and choose
This
whatever she
isn't like
wants to do.
No. When Tiffany finds something, she puts her claws into it, and then writes about it, rails about it.
Yeah, but
she'll
what I'm
do
saying is before it's a plug. Now it's like an executive decision. She's like, I don't know if I guess I can. She's like, oh, destroy this village.
David Pacheco, who is our second camera photographer and a contributor.
And hero.
I watched it with him, and he's gonna write it, so hopefully that's up soon.
All right, and then you're gonna edit it and make the changes that if you don't feel he spoke good about it enough, you put him in the right order.
Honestly, if you told me to give it a number between 1 and 10,
and actually, I do want a number. Actually,
13.
7. I know I gave X-Men Apocalypse an 8, and I kind of regret that, but it was like in the moment, and I wrote that as soon as I watched it.
Yeah.
But rewatching it, I would give Apocalypse like a 5-6.
Wow.
Wait, did we change our grading scale? I thought it was like 1 to 5.
No, that was always
What are you
my
talking
no.
about?
That was always my argument because we'd say, what's the Nerdbot grading scale? And then they're like, we do 5s. And then it's like, okay, well, I see an article go
said
up for
that?
like 9.
We always went to 5.
I thought
We never did.
What are you talking about? We always had 5.
Listen. For Nerdbot, I wrote the very first review, and it was Batman Arkham Knight, and I gave it like an 8.5
Out of 5.
So,
Yeah, probably out of a 5. All right, so our grading scale is 1 to 10 now.
it has always been that.
No, it has not.
all right, look.
So let me clarify. I will not watch anything that is, again, that's below 5.
Oh, it's got to be worth her time.
So 7 is pretty average, but like enjoyable.
Yeah.
There is very little that has, like, my favorite movie is Attack the Block, and I would give that like an 8-9.
Awesome. All right.
So.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up because this has been a lot of hot talk, and I don't like we can just talk forever in this room. It really
love each
feels
other
like it's so
sometimes.
awesome.
I hate you, Aaron.
I know you do.
But I need some final words just from Aaron on Final Fantasy because are you a fan of Final Fantasy? Do
I
you
hate
care?
turn-based games with a passion.
Okay.
And therefore, I started playing 7. I was like, I hate this shit.
You might like 15. They stopped that.
That was my question.
you might like 12.
Because I saw the preview for the new one. I was like, okay, I don't see any turn-based shit in here. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can get
You can
behind
do
this.
this.
It looked incredible, by the way.
You would love Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah.
You love Crystal Chronicles. So get back.
This will be the last thing I say. I can leave if you want.
No,
But
no.
I need to talk about the fact that
I gotta plug you at
Aaron
the end, so.
just
The only turn-based
shit on
game I
Final
play is
Fantasy.
Words with Friends.
That's not.
It is a turn-based game.
Aaron just shit on Final Fantasy, but defends Destiny.
Destiny is the
Let's
greatest thing
remember
ever.
that.
This is, but.
You shit on Star Wars all the time.
Yeah.
But you said Suicide
Bad.
Squad is the greatest movie ever.
It is.
No,
I
I
didn't
know
say it's the greatest.
So don't even
I
come
said
at me
it's
like
the
that.
second
Alright,
best.
Because
alright.
Batman Superman is the greatest movie
I
ever.
want us all.
Absolutely.
All right.
I want us
My
all to be
point-
friends, okay? I need you guys to hug and
There's
kiss
a knife
after
fight
this.
after this. After everything these two
fight,
said.
kiss, kiss, kiss.
Tiffany was actually on the podcast to see who she's going to replace after this.
Yeah, that probably was.
Death match.
This has been a reverse interview.
But you did great, Tiffany, so you're going to be great on the cast, and it's going to be a fun death match after the show. Anybody looking to find out more about what we do can find it at nerdbot.com, and we're also on Facebook.com/nerdbotmedia, and we're also on Instagram
And
at
Twitter.
Nerdbot Media, and Twitter. Okay, so what's it? Twitter's just Nerdbot Media?
Nerdbot
Okay,
Media.
and going around the table now, Tiffany's actually on Facebook and Instagram. Tiffany, throw out your stuff.
Short Round Cosplay.
There you go. Find her. And your recent cosplay was Jubilee. You look awesome in it.
Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
plays the part.
You
real
wore
well.
it. You wore it to the premiere, right? Or
I
to
did not.
Oh no! What'd you wear it to? I saw you wear it to something.
The LA, the Nerdbot 1 year anniversary
Oh
barbecue.
yeah, barbecue. Okay, yeah. I saw you in your page. You looked really good on that. So
Thank you.
keep that up. What are other cosplays that you've done super quick? Just so people know, because she's a cosplayer. She's freaking awesome. So throw it out there.
I like Dragon Age, so I did Varric, like a femme Varric. He's like this short, stout. I'm also short and stout, so it worked
Hence
out.
the short and round. The
Yeah, I'm short, I'm
hand
round,
tangle.
I'm Asian.
Aaron Gold.
said it wrong.
And do you want to plug something on nerdbot.com? Did you got an article, Tiff?
He has one coming up.
Oh, Aaron. Okay, you're talking about Aaron.
Oh,
now.
the
Okay.
one that she didn't post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chickens come home.
The one where I said go to
Anthony was
Walmart, buy some
asking-
socks.
Anthony was asking if Tiffany has anything she wanted to plug for herself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because she
super
looked
quick.
at me. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, okay.
Oh, no.
No? Okay. All right. Then, Aaron, what do you got coming up pretty soon that's in the pipeline?
Man, I got 2 things that I'm working on.
Okay.
And they're going to be very magical.
Okay.
I say the word very to express
That's it.
myself.
What was the last?
Destiny?
The Rise of Iron is coming out for Destiny. You can't wait to buy it, Zach. You're going to be playing with me and Eric and have a good time. And
cringe factor is going up.
I'm going to have my summer review of shows you should be watching.
Nice. All right. And Zach Roberts, what do you got on Nerdbot at the moment?
I'm gonna make this quick. I have a PS4 and I have Destiny Digital, and I was thinking if I traded in, would they give me less for it because Destiny's on it? In terms of what I have in the pipeline, like I said, No Man's Sky review just went up.
Okay.
Just got Deus Ex Humankind. Wait, what is it? Mankind Divide.
Mankind Divide.
It has a stupid subtext, but just got that, so
came out.
I'm gonna be plowing through that and
me too.
And working on a review.
All right, Tiff.
And then hopefully Tiffany doesn't find too many errors.
No, Tiffany's amazing at what she does.
Just uppercase your letter I's that are isolated, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Tiffany, you wanted to say something?
Just as long as your name isn't Zack Roberts.
She brought it around at the end. Yeah, that was. It's actually been pretty fun. It's like nobody's ever this bold. And she brought it. She definitely brought it.
She brought it.
I recently finished my Star Wars Starkiller base, and I have that up at Another Brick Studio CA on Facebook. So check that out, and you can find me on Instagram and Anthony Ayala or Max Power, something on there. So just look me up on there. Tiff, what are you gonna ask?
So not a personal project, but Nerdbot is working on a Nightwing fan film called Bloodhaven.
Yeah, wanted to get to that.
We finished filming the pilot episode over the weekend,
awesome.
So that's waiting to be finalized. So if you guys are interested, go to nightwingsaves.com. You can find them on Facebook, Bloodhaven Fan Film, on Instagram and Twitter, Save Bloodhaven.
Yeah, and then we also have a link on nerdbot.com. So if you go to nerdbot.com, you'll see the Bloodhaven link at the bottom. You'll see all of our original content that we have there. I, of course, have videos there. Zack's been on a few areas. Everybody's actually been on there. Tiffany's actually part of the Nerdbot Girls also, so check them out on Instagram at Nerdbot Media. And you can find everything that we do at nerdbot.com. Thank you guys for joining me today on the nerd side of life. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.